This video will cover the review and reflect for the topic of rational equations. For the review, we are being asked to state the domain for each of the rational functions. You may want to pause this video here so that you may attempt to answer the questions on your own. In order to determine the domain for each of our rational functions, we need to make sure that we take a look at the denominator of each of our rational functions. For part A, we have f of x is equal to x plus 2 over the denominator of 2x plus 1. We're going to set our denominator 2x plus 1 equal to 0. When we solve this by subtracting 1 to both sides and then dividing by 2, we find that if we were to let x equal to negative 1/2, the denominator would equal to 0, and thus my function would be undefined. So the domain will be every number except negative 1/2. So it will be from negative infinity to negative 1/2, as well as from negative 1/2 to positive infinity. For part B, we have g of x is equal to 8 over x squared minus 4. So we're going to let x squared minus 4 equal to 0. This should remind us of our quadratic equations, so we're going to try factoring. We'll factor x squared minus 4 into x plus 2 and x minus 2. We'll set each of the factors equal to 0, so x plus 2 is equal to 0. We'll find x can equal to negative 2. We'll set x minus 2 equal to 0, and we'll find x can equal to positive 2. So on our number line, at negative 2, it's going to be an open circle. At positive 2, it's going to be an open circle. So all of these numbers, as well as all of these numbers will be part of the domain. So for the first interval, we'll have from negative infinity to negative 2, from negative 2 to 2, and from 2 to positive infinity. Finally, for part C, we have h of x is equal to 7 times x to the negative 4. So we got to remember about those negative exponents, what they mean, and that exponents affect only the closest thing to it. So if we rewrite this one, this is the same thing as 7 over x to the 4th power. So we can see that we're going to set the denominator equal to 0, just like we did above, and we'll find that x is equal to 0. So that means our domain for h of x will be every number from negative infinity to 0, and then not including the 0 all the way to infinity. Now let's turn our attention to the reflect for the page. Our reflect states for us to state one important thing to remember from this lecture about solving rational equations. This concludes this video.